Transformers details that you missed, all 2022 compilations. Before this year ends, I would like to thank all of you for supporting me. As a thank you, here are the full episodes of Transformers details compilations of 2022. So sit back and relax while I show you the most hardest details to find in Transformers movie. Did Starscream betrayed Megatron in the first Transformers movie? Starscream considered as a Bumblebee of Decepticons, the most famous villain sidekick ever created by Transformers franchise. In Bayformers timeline, we can see his loyalty to his master Megatron in every part of the movies. But for the comic readers, they know what kind of attitude Starscream have. He is greedy, selfish, and a traitor. He betrayed Megatron so many times because he want to claim the crown and want to be a future Decepticon leader. But did you know in Transformers 1 he show us that kind of character? This is a secret detail Michael Bay trying to hide from us. But I want to inform him that no hidden details escape from me since I watched Transformers 132,605 times in 00008x speed. So now let me show you this secret details that only me and Transformers producers know. Remember, in this final battle Megatron is about to be destroyed by the humans. Upon watching it, I noticed something that might shock you. Out of nowhere you can actually see two Air Force who about to attack Megatron. One of them launch a missile that seriously damaged Megatron. What makes me think is why these two Air Force was separated from the group. Air Force never do that. One more thing is in this scene when military and Autobots was fired by Starscream because they thought that he is the Air Force.
It's Starscream! It's Starscream!
After Starscream fire at them and seriously damage Bumblebee, you can see this conversation between Josh and Tyrese.
What the hell was that? What are you talking about? What do you mean we're not talking about? They shot at us!
F-22 pilots would never fly below buildings. That's alien. That ain't friendly.
What the hell was that? What are you talking about? What do you mean we're not talking about? They shot at us!
F-22 pilots would never fly below buildings. That's alien. That ain't friendly.
If F-22 pilots never fly below the buildings, why these two Air Force almost dive in the ground just to fired Megatron? I'm pretty sure one of them is Starscream. And the other one is his brother, who also a traitor in Generation 1 timeline, Skywarp. If you ask me where did he came from and why he came out of nowhere, it's possible because that's his ability, to teleport out of nowhere. That must be the reason why after the death of Megatron, Starscream mysteriously gone. Optimus Prime, secret ability. When Optimus Prime and other Autobots was about to leave the Earth, we can see Optimus saying goodbye to Sam. While I'm watching it, I noticed something that some of you didn't notice. This detail must be the most difficult one to notice even you watch it all over again. Listen carefully on this conversation with Sam and Optimus.
You can tell me no other human will ever know.
There is no plan.
Did you hear something? If not, watch it again.
You can tell me no other human will ever know.
There is no plan.
You can hear a beeping sound in Optimus Prime from his ears.
You can tell me no other human will ever know.
There is no plan.
That beeping sound from Optimus is called auditory sensor. Auditory sensor activates when Optimus senses a Decepticon nearby. It's like spider sense. But auditory sensor only works on Decepticon's aura. So the question is why Optimus auditory sensor trigger that time? It's because of this Decepticon watch. It's called the WatchBot. The WatchBot connected itself to Sam's nervous system, with the purpose of finding out what the Autobots' planned counterattack against the Decepticons was. So even Sam didn't tell Optimus Prime about the WatchBot. Optimus knows it already because of auditory sensor. Thank you for this amazing ability.
There is no plan.
Bumblebee keeping his friend's legacy. B1 to 7, also known as Bumblebee, is the most famous main character sidekick ever created by the franchise. He is being a people favorite because of his famous hand-to-hand fighting skills and fighting with a dignity. He may be just a robotic character from others, but Transformers fans know that B has a heart just like humans. Proof is when he kept the legacy from his fallen friends who died in every movie in Bayformers franchise. Remember this move by Bumblebee against Lockdown? That move was from Jazz in Transformers 1. And when he meets Stinger for the first time, he did this spin transformation. This transformation is a signature transformation by Ratchet. And lastly, this Bumblebee weapon design is inspiration from Ironhide's signature cannons.
You feeling lucky, punk?
Ratchet doing his job in Bayformers off-screen. Ratchet is the medical officer of the Autobots. He must be the most important member of the group and the Autobot who has a huge responsibilities. He can fix the damaged Autobots and revive it as long as the spark is still working. Because of his ability, Ratchet's life is always at risk, knowing that he is always the main target of the enemies. But in Bayformers' timeline, we didn't see him show his ability as medic except the scene where he helped Jolt combine Jetfire and Optimus. But if you watch it carefully, did you know that Ratchet's secretly fixing his team? If you pay attention to the details, you will see how Ratchet able to do his responsibilities off-screen. So if you don't want to find it in your own, finish this video and I will show you all the details about Ratchet. Just a reminder that some of these details are already posted on my YouTube. I just want to show you the compilation. So let's start. Remember when Bumblebee lost his both legs because of Starscream's missiles? Ratchet actually the reason why it get back in Transformers 2. When Humans was about to throw Megatron's dead body, you will notice he lose his left arm and right leg, which is so questionable. Because when Sam killed him, we can clearly see his body was complete and no explosions or something that will torn Megatron into pieces. It means to say Ratchet actually uses Megatron's parts to fix Bumblebee's legs. Ratchet also the reason why Topspin survived the cemetery ambush. Ratchet combined the Wreckers, that's the reason why Volleybot exist. This is a pretty long explanation, so if you want to see the theory and proof if how, check it to my YouTube channel and search this video. In Age of Extinction, did you ever notice that Ratchet was separated from the group? He was all alone when Cemetery Wind caught him hiding in the boat. So why he was separated from the other Autobots who were hiding together? It is because Ratchet actually looking for damage Optimus Prime that time. He chose to find Optimus Prime, it's because he knows that Prime was seriously damaged that time. So instead of hiding for a long time, he chose to risk his life to find his leader. But before he find Prime, he was caught and brutally killed by Lockdown and Humans. You missed these details in Transformers 1. In Transformers 1, the scene where Megatron escaped the ice, he introduced himself by saying, "I am Megatron." It is because he is aware that people is calling him NB1 for years.
Call him NB1. Studying him. NBE1. That's what we call it.
In Transformers cartoon series, Megatron can transform into a gun called Walther P-38. But did you know that he did it in Bayformers? In this scene where he fight Optimus, he was transformed into a gun but not fully transform.
Join them in extinction!
As you can see, 50% of that Walther was transformed, but since no one can operate it, Megatron decided to transform only half of the gun so that he can still manage to use it over Optimus. Transformers, did you know? Part 2. Optimus Prime always using his left arm in Bayformers. Proof that he is left-handed. In Age of Extinction, while Drift and B is fighting, you can hear Bumblebee saying this.
Shine.
This child is about to kick your ass.
He brings shine.
This child is about to kick your ass.
He brings...
That kick US voice was actually from Sam. In Dark of the Moon, Optimus kills Sentinel the way how Sentinel kills Ironhide. This is the proof that Prime actually did some justice for his friend. When Autobots are in Sam's house, his dad check his garden. You can actually see Autobots are hiding from him. In this part, it's so impossible that he missed Optimus and Ironhide in his side. So why Sam's dad didn't notice them? It is because in that part Optimus actually used his hologram power and make an illusion that they wasn't there. Transformers details that you missed. Part 3. When Sentinel Prime shot Ironhide behind the back, he actually aimed it to Ironhide weapon so that he can no longer use it. You can actually see the damaged weapon fall and Sentinel kick it away from Ironhide. In Cade Yeager's scrapyard, you can see here a rusty car beside Cade. That actually one of the twins who also shot by Sentinel rust gun in Ironhide's death scene. Because for those who didn't know, in original comics Sentinel actually also shot Bumblebee, but Skids save him and killed. Then Mudliff go to revenge his brother but ends up being killed also. Let's go back in Cade Yeager scrapyard.
Don't eat cars! Don't eat cars!
Pay attention to this yellow car behind Cade. That's Sam Witwicky car back in the Transformers Dark of the Moon. In this scene in Age of Extinction, Optimus and B hit the truck and camera shows two people in front seat. This guy with a white shirt is actually Michael Bay, and it was confirmed by him. Did you notice this in Transformers? When Sector 7 was about to attack Sam and Autobots, you can see Autobots was transformed into car mode to hide from them. But look closely how Jazz transformed that time. That transformation is actually inspiration from Generation 1 of Transformers. When Optimus Prime came back, everyone is celebrating knowing that Optimus survived the ambush.
He's back! He's alive! Optimus is here! At last, there is hope after all.
Mr. Leader of the Free Galaxy's back. I knew you'd make it. I never doubted.
They are celebrating except for B. He looks sad and disappointed, and you can see it in his slow transformation. It is because he was not able to save Sam that time, and he's still in the stage where he blames himself for Sam's death. When Optimus is about to attack Quintessa, you can see the damage on his chest for fighting Lockdown in Age of Extinction. But in another scene you will notice that Quintessa fix it. Proof that he really love her creations but ends up betraying her. Transformers details that you surely missed. Part 4. The ladies man to 17 that Sam used as a username to his eBay account is refers to Michael Bay's birthday, which is February 17th. In War of Cybertron you will notice 3 flying Decepticons who about to launch the missiles. But you will notice that one of them is flying like a bird. That's actually Dive Bomb, one of the member of the Predacons. Reasons why Autobots was defeated that time, it's because Predacons helped Decepticons in that war. In Revenge of the Fallen, this scene where Sam being bothered by the symbols from his head. You can see here a poster of Bad Boys 2, that directed also by Michael Bay in 2003. Take a look when Sam draw a symbol in it. You can see a 3 lines which means number 3. It means Bad Boys 3 is about to happen. An Easter egg for Bad Boys fans that they will get Bad Boys 3 in the future. You will notice also Sam draw a J after that 3 lines. That J is the first letter of the month that Bad Boys 3 will released. And it happened. Bad Boys 3 released in January 17, 2020. It's a sequel of Michael Bay's Bad Boys 2 and a 3rd installment of the franchise. Even he is no longer the director of the movie, it's nice to see Michael low-key promoting Bad Boys 3 for fans. When Autobots was caught by the Decepticons in Chicago War, Soundwave was about to kill Bumblebee after they killed Wheeljack. But look closely to Barricade that time. He give a look to Bumblebee and turn away when he saw that he was about to be killed. It's because Barricade doesn't want to see Bumblebee being killed. Because back in Transformers 1, Bumblebee spare his life and give him a second chance. That must be the reason why in this scene he can't watch if Bumblebee got killed that time. Transformers details that you missed. Part 5. When Sentinel Prime was about to kill Optimus Prime. You can see that Sentinel aim his sword to Optimus' head instead of his spark located to his chest. It's because he knows that Optimus has the Matrix and it make it useless if he stab Optimus in the chest. Just like what Lockdown did in Transformers AOE. In the same movie you can see here Optimus is about to attack Megatron. You can see the spark from Megatron's shotgun, proof that he successfully pulled the trigger that can kill Optimus that time. But it's a bad timing to his shotgun to malfunction. When Megatron caught Squeaks in Transformers The Last Night, you can see here Squeaks showing his Decepticon logo to Megatron to spare his life. In the final scene in Transformers The Last Night.
But now, our worlds are joined as one.
You can see all the Autobots gathering except for Drift. Even in the entire battle we don't see him help the Autobots fight Megatron and Quintessa. It is because for the whole time he is the one operating this ship. One proof is when in the junkyard he volunteered to drive the ship.
Things are likely to... Let's go make some noise. Let's give them hell. I'm driving. I'm driving. I'm driving.
Transformers details that you missed. Part 6. Megatron always calling Optimus a Prime instead of Optimus. It is because Megatron still want to show a respect to Optimus.
Prime! Oh, it's just me, Prime! Who would you be without me, Prime? Megatron Prime. Your time is over, Prime.
It shows that even Optimus is his main enemy. The respect is still there knowing that Optimus is a Prime. In Transformers Rise of the Beasts trailer, RC still has the bruises that she gets in Explosion back in Bumblebee movie. When Mirage used his hologram power to the police who chasing them, we can clearly see that the main body was in the middle. But after this scene, it ends up being his clone and the police got tricked that time. So how Mirage able to change his position? The answer is Mirage was actually in the same position that time. And the one that you see disappear is actually the real Mirage and not the clone. If you watch in slow-mo you can see that Mirage actually used his invisibility that time, his signature power in cartoon series. After he activates his invisibility, Mirage turn right, that's why his hologram clone creates some space in that part. In this scene when Bumblebee got stabbed by Scourge, did you notice that Scourge looking to someone? And I notice also that Bumblebee eyes was in the part where Scourge is looking. It mean to say that in this part someone will did an epic entrance and save Optimus and Bumblebee. Transformers details that you missed. Part 7. When Megatron escape he supposed to be still become weak since he's from the frozen ice. But as we can see when he fights Optimus Prime he almost defeat him. So why Megatron becomes stronger? Before Megatron fight Optimus, there's a scene first that Megatron killed Jazz. In that scene, Megatron actually ate Jazz's spark and drank his energon to power up. That's why after this scene Megatron becomes stronger. In the ending scene of Transformers 1, you can see the Autobots and army gather together. But take a look at Ratchet that time. You will notice that Ratchet is looking for something. Also with this scene, you can see that he even separated himself to a group just to find something. So what is he looking for? In that part, Ratchet is looking for a Cybertronian parts that he can use to fix Bumblebee's legs, and he ends up using Megatron's part. That's why in this part some of the parts of Megatron are missing. When Autobots are about to leave the Earth, the scene when Bumblebee saying goodbye to Sam, you can actually see Ratchet and Optimus talking to each other in the back. That part is actually the time when Ratchet sensed that Starscream is setting an ambush that time. So he tell Optimus, and luckily they survive with the help of Wreckers and Ratchet. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts release on December 1st, 2022, but did you know that they're actually main reason why they released it in that date? In the trailer there are actually one badass line from Optimus.
Let them come. Let them come. Let them come.
That line was actually for the warriors who survived the November. Transformers details that you missed. Part 8. Before I start, I would like to thank all of you for making me reach 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you for making this possible. For those who are not subscribed me yet, just search Edformers in your search tab and click subscribe. Thank you so much. Now let's back to the topic. In the ending scene in Transformers: Dark of the Moon, you can see that Sam, the army and Autobots are gathered together after the epic battle of Chicago. But you will notice in Optimus' side it shows that there's a lot of space in that part. It is because in that part Megatron's supposed to be standing besides Optimus, but they remove it because Michael Bay changed that ending. Because in original ending of Dark of the Moon, Optimus will accept the offer from Megatron and they will teamed up to defeat Sentinel. But unfortunately someone leaked and spoiled this ending, so Michael Bay need to change it. In the same part of Dark of the Moon, when Army was attacking Shockwave that time, you can hear someone saying this.
Don't run! Don't run! Don't run!
That voice was from one of the member of Nest. Nest was a human alliance created by Optimus Prime. But after the Dark of the Moon, we all know that Nest was gone, knowing that the government ending the alliance between humans and Cybertronians. And I noticed that this voice that from the member of the Nest is the same voice in one of the member of Cemetery Wind who hunt and kill Cybertronians in Age of Extinction.
He's on the run! 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 He's on the run!
Proof that some of the Nest soldiers betrayed the Autobots. When Sentinel Prime fighting all the Autobots in this scene, you will notice Sideswipe jump over Sentinel and he is about to stab Prime using his blade. But Sentinel managed to use his shield, and you can notice that Sideswipe's blade was stuck in Prime's shield. After that he throws Sideswipe, but since his blade is still stuck, Sideswipe's blade was destroyed that time. That's why in Age of Extinction, the scene where Tessa was trapped in Lockdown's ship, you can see Sideswipe's blade was there. Transformers details that you missed. Part 9. In Transformers: Age of Extinction, you will notice that Lockdown always aiming his attack to Optimus Prime's chest, because as a bounty hunter he knows where the Cybertronians' weakness are, without knowing that Optimus can survive it because of the Matrix, but Lockdown doesn't know it, so he keep attacking Optimus in the chest. Just like what Sentinel did in the scene in Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Since Sentinel knows that Optimus has the Matrix, you will notice that he aim it to Prime's head instead in chest. Unlike Lockdown, who doesn't know, so he keep targeting Optimus Prime's chest knowing that the spark was there. In Transformers: The Last Night, you will notice that Barricade already has 4 eyes in this scene. Because back in Transformers: Dark of the Moon, he become blind after the nest shot his both eyes. Barricade learned from that mistake, so after he was fixed, he makes sure to got an extra eyes in case that he was shot in the eyes again. Ironhide is so strong, especially in Bayformer's timeline, so the writers have a hard time thinking if how they gonna kill his character. But after a long discussion, they decided to kill his character by betrayal, since that's the only way to kill a strong character like Ironhide. In Transformers 1, you will notice that Jazz is the only Autobot who are concerned to Bumblebee after he was caught by the Sector 7.
We're just gonna stand here and do nothing? There's no way to free Bumblebee without harming the humans. But it's not. What about Bumblebee? We can't just leave him to die.
And when Bumblebee loses his legs because of Starscream's missiles, Jazz is the only Autobots who came to check him. This is a proof that Jazz is not just a good lieutenant, but a good friend who always cared for you and never left you behind. In Transformers: The Last Night, Bumblebee was so angry to Lennox that he aimed his cannon to his face. It is because, as you can remember, Lennox is the leader of the nest that created by Optimus Prime. It mean to say that Lennox was one of the human that trusted by Optimus Prime, but it ends up betraying the nest and Prime. That's why B was so upset in this scene, because he was betrayed by Lennox. Thank you for watching. More videos will be uploaded this coming 2023. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day, everyone. Wishing you a happy new year and enjoy your holiday.